More than 1 million people live in Montgomery County. The county is growing, thriving. But don't tell that to the people struggling to find affordable housing.
You lose your job, you don't have anything. Didn't have no place to live because I lost my condo.
I honestly don't know where I would have went to on my salary.
The added burden of not knowing where you're going to live would have, for my son, it would have destroyed him.
In the last decade, housing prices have gone up, salaries have come down. So people earning the current minimum wage would need to work more than 3 full-time jobs just to afford an apartment in Montgomery County.
We raised one son, and then we got a divorce. And then I had to, live on my own. So I worked at different restaurants, like for 43 years. And all of a sudden, I didn't have a job. When you have a job being a server, you only live off your customers because they patronize the restaurant, and you live off of your tips. But after that dies, you don't have anything. I was so alone, I didn't know what to do. Didn't have no place to live because I lost my condo. I was really confused and nervous. Someone told me about the MHP. Maybe it was my time, but this woman sent me over here. And after that, I got the place. It was the best thing that ever happened to me. I have never met any company that was so great and so generous and kind. Every morning I look out the window and says, thank God. They have like the computers for the kids, the playground and everything. So the resident manager, they make sure that you're comfortable when you talk to them, and everybody's just friendly and neighborly, My son said, Mom, I didn't know it was so comfortable over here. After I got here, I said, how do you spell relief?
Crystal Pittman needed relief and MHP when she was told she was being evicted.
So you can imagine when you can afford your rent, but someone comes along and says, you all have to move out because I'm converting the building to a condo.
They had kicked out half the residents, and the other half had been given notice to vacate.
We were devastated.
And nothing boils my blood more than anything else like that.
You could feel right away that he cared.
They were going to be out of a home and really homeless.
He wasn't coming here to hurt us. He was coming here to help us.
I couldn't promise that I would save the day, but I promised that I would do all I could to see if we could do something.
I always tell Rob Goldman that they rescued us. They rescued all of us in the building.
She said to me, I have the faith in God that you will be able to do something.
I'm telling you, God was on our side every step of the way.
And we are very gratified to be able to save this building under difficult circumstances, under the most unlikely of circumstances.
There are truly people out there that care about others and that want to help and uplift people.
The building was saved, the building was renovated, and residents were able to stay and have affordable housing over the long term.
MHP not only cares about providing affordable housing, they give us quality housing, and I'm thankful. I'm thankful and I'm blessed.
To me, that's why I get up in the morning. It's for the residents.
They have hearts of gold and they want to help people.
What brought me to this complex is originally my mother started out living here, and then she got sick. I stepped in and started taking care of her. After she passed, I've been taking care of my brother, and as well as my son now. My son Jonathan has always been a special needs child from birth. He was diagnosed with autism as well as epilepsy. When I found out the property was getting sold, it was a struggle because I didn't know if we would still have these apartments to live in or not. The only place for my son to go if the property had been torn down would have been a group home, and he can't function in that. A child with autism, once you've broken their pattern, it's really hard to get them back. When you have to deal with two special needs people, it's hard because you don't want to see them hurting emotionally as well as physically, and then the added burden of not knowing where you're going to live. And then we found out that MHP was taking them over, which relieved a lot of tension for us. There's not few and far between for affordable housing in Montgomery County. The great thing I like about MHP is the programs they're offering, like their community garden, which is stuff my son is learning to do at his school. So it brings it home so he can be out with other people.
MHP works with the county most recently with the Olney Springs mixed unit development.
Well, I think it's a great opportunity for the city of Olney and for Montgomery County. We're creating, I think, some great units for both MPDU, which is our moderately priced dwelling units, as well as workforce housing. As you can look around, you can see these are beautiful units here in Olney, and I think it's a great opportunity for the county to partner up to deliver this product.
When we first moved in the U.S., it was pretty difficult for us to get integrated in the society. I had to leave my job. I was a doctor, teaching organic chemistry, doing research in organic chemistry back home. So I had to change my career. It's just a matter of working hard, because when you work hard, you end up having a good result. When I got the letter saying that I was one of the person qualified to buy a house in this community, I was pretty excited about the idea. My wife and I and our 3 children are very, very grateful about the community, because we seeing so many people from different places. We used to live in an apartment where they didn't have enough space to play. Here we are, they sometimes play soccer right here, they have a playground over there, sometimes we go play basketball. So for them, it's just amazing.
Desperately needed affordable housing from Olney to Silver Spring, Tacoma Park to Gaithersburg.
MIP has been one of the stalwarts in terms of building affordable housing in Montgomery County. We certainly could not do the many things that we've done thus far without their participation.
MHP is housing people, empowering families, and strengthening neighborhoods because of people just like you. People who forgo birthday celebrations to build much-needed playgrounds.
MHP told me what they did, and that it was as important to do things for the children in the facilities rather than just building a building. I was impressed, and I wanted to give MHP the donation that I had hoped to give in order to build a playground.